Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Entropic Rows. Now, I'm going to say about a week, maybe 10 days ago, we actually played a very similar puzzle from Sir Moose, and I absolutely loved the variant, and I think the comments were pretty much supportive. So I think we're in for a little bit of a treat for sure for today. You should check out Sir Moose's kind of other puzzles on this channel. In particular, like I think the first one, his debut, was an absolutely phenomenal anti-knight particular puzzle. But anyway, enough of all of that. Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule set with Entropic Rows by Sir Moose and the following set of rules. So first one is normal Sudoku rules apply. That means place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box, so nothing unusual here. Here's the entropy row. So it's kind of entropy, but with a bit of a twist and a variant from Sir Moose. So every 3 consecutive cells along each row must contain a low digit, 1, 2, 3, a middle digit, 4, 5, 6, and a high digit, 7, 8, 9. So every 3 cells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, they clearly don't have to be in this specific order, but remember, it's every 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, well, this cell has to be 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. This would have to be 4, 5, 6. It doesn't say in the rules that it's the same for every row, and obviously it can't be, otherwise I'll end up with a column of just 1, 2, 3s. So the next row, for example, this one here could actually start 4, 5, 6. It doesn't have to be in order. It could be 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and so on and so forth. Okay. Then we've got, of course, killer cages. So the digits in each case sum to the number in the top left corner. That means these 3 cells have to add up to 12. These 3 cells have to add up to 10. So, for example, if this is a 7, this would be a 1-2 pair to make sure that these 3 cells add up to 10. That's all the rules we have for today. So, actually, the digits in each cage sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. It doesn't actually say that digits do not repeat in the cage. So, I'm not sure it's needed. But we'll see if it is. As always, if you want to play along, you know what to do. Link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Right, so I'm going to start with the cages. Obviously, I want as quickly as possible to determine the entropy for each of these cells. 3 cells that add up to 7 can only be 1, 2, 4. I know, because of entropy rows, that these two have a different entropy. So if this is a 1-2 pair, I've broken the puzzle. So the 4 has to be in here. That cannot be a 4, and that's my first clue. This is blue, and therefore every third cell in that row is also blue. That means they are all 1, 2, 3. Can't have a 1 inside an 11 cage, because that would have to be a 10. 2 and 3 would force it to be 8 and 9. That has to be a high digit, and therefore I know that the middle digits in row 5 are high, and then the first digits are medium. That means this 12 cage is 4, 5, 6. Can't be a 6, otherwise that would be a double 6 to add up to 12. So 6 in here would require 7 or 8, both of which are high, and we have highs. Actually, we knew highs already because obviously this is low and high. Medium and low with the 4 and the 1, 2. So obviously this was always going to be high. Not that useful a find, if I'm honest. These are all 7, 8, 9s. Can't remove anything at this point. These are all 4, 5, 6s. 8 cage, kind of wondering if it has the same kind of, I don't want to use the word break-in, but kind of the same idea behind it with the 7 cage. So an 8 cage in 3 cells has to have a 1. If I don't have a 1, 2, 3, 4 would be the minimum. That adds up to 9. So in addition to the 1, I need 2 more cells that add up to 7. It's either 2, 5 or it's 3, 4. Obviously 1, 6 will be repeating it in the same box, which doesn't work. So in a way, same kind of logic in the sense that the 4 or the 5 are the middle digits. They have to be somewhere in here. And then the low digits, which is 1, 2, or 3, would have to be one of them is in there. A second one is in there somewhere with a middle digit. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that gives me high digits. Something I didn't pick up on earlier in row 6, because this is, low, this is middle. These obviously are the high digits. I can pencil mark them. Not sure how useful that would be, but 7, 8, 9s obviously. This is clearly low. I kind of forgot the obvious statement. This is the low digit. These are all lows, therefore they are all 1, 2, 3. If this is 1, 2, or 3, yeah, this is not quite forced. 6, 7, 8. Actually, it is forced. 7, 8, 9 already in row 9 means this is not 7 or 8. That is 6, and therefore that is middle with a 3. These are not 3s. That means that the right-hand side, kind of each block in row 9 is the yellow digit, and these are the low digits. This is 1, 2. This cannot be 4, 5. This cannot be 1, 2, 3. And this is 1, 2, 3. This is another 4, 5. 3, of course, in here gave me a 2, gives me a 1, gives me a 3. This makes this a 2, 4 pair, however useful that is. There has to be a 3 in row 6, and it can't be there, and it can't be here. That gives me 3 here and 4 here, which also gives me entropy, which is very helpful for sure, as is this one as well. So we're going to use these right now. That's 4, that's 2, that's 1. That can't be 2, that can't be 1. There has to be a 1, remember, inside the 8 cage. If it's not this cell, it has to be this cell, which also gives me 2 in here. Could still be 1, 2, could still be 2, 3, could still be 1, 3, don't know. Right, the entropy in here is 5, 6. Obviously, this yellow digit in here means all of these are yellows. I'm kind of like looking at this 11 cage, thinking I should be able to determine more, but kind of struggling. So this is not a low digit, because 1, 2, and 3 are already placed. Nothing stops it from being a high digit, and if it is a high digit, this can't be 7 because that would be a 5, but it could be 8 or 9 with 2 or 3, and that would be a low digit, which is totally fine. Now, just because this can't be low, it doesn't stop it from being high or medium. Now, if it's medium, 4, 5, 6, 4 would be 7, 5, 6 doesn't work, but 4 would work with a 7 in here. Well, of course, because we've got a 5, 6 in here, it means 5, 6 pair is not available in 11. And every other one of the possibilities inside 11, whether it's 4, 7, 3, 8, or 2, 9, uses a high digit. And essentially, one of these cells is high, plus these other cells. There are no more high digits in column 7, however useful that is. And that would be the same, by the way, for columns 1 and 4. They obviously repeat. So essentially, one of these two is high, one of these two is high, etc., etc., etc. Interesting. 10 cage maybe. Let's have a think if we got similar thing with the 7 and the 8. So 10, if it has a 1, I need 2 more digits to add up to 9. That could be 2, 7. That could be 3, 6. And that could be, of course, 4, 5. There's obviously another option, which is 2, 3, 5. Now, what I'm noticing here is that I have, see, 1, 4, 5 is frustratingly different. Because I was going to say that all of them have 2 low digits, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3, and therefore I'm going to have to separate them. So essentially this cell would have to be low and then a second one in here. But that is not strictly speaking true, because there's the 1, 4, 5 option where I could have 1 here and then 4 or 5, which would be fine. I'm also noticing that it's always, no, is it always? Yes, it is always. A low digit is in here. That is very hard to spot, and I'm not sure if it's on the solved path. Right, notice that I have 1 and 3 in here. So at most inside this 10 cage, one of these cells is low. Now look at the scenarios where I have 1, 2, 7. Well, the 1 is hiding in here. The 1, 3, 6, the 1 is hiding in here. And then in 2, 3, 5, well, the 3 is hiding in here. So this is 1 or 3 always, whether it's 1, 2, 7, 1, 4, 5, 1, 3, 6, or 2, 3, 5. In fact, 1, 3, 6 we can dismiss because I can't stuff both 1 and 3 in there. So this is low, which means all of these are also low. However useful that may be right now. Now the challenge is, you can see that, oh, that can't be 4, 5 because that would give me 4 yellow cells in column 3, and I can't be. So 1, 4, 5 is off the table, and therefore I need to have another low digit, either the, with the 1, it'll be the 2, with the 3, it'll be, hang on. So if this is 1, this has to be 2. If this is 3, this still has to be 2. This is always 2 and it's always low. Feels like it's on the solve path, and this is 5 or 7, but this time I don't actually know the entropy of this cell. Both work, as in low, medium or high. Okay. Decent progress, but not quite enough. This is another 1, 3. It's a different 1, 3 from this cell. Yeah, here is another thing that is very hard to okay, actually, never mind. That would be, that's not 1 or 2, that's 3, that's 1. And therefore, this is 3 because of the 1. And this has to be 5, so that's middle. Or yellow. And, oh, hang on, don't do that. And then that 5 gave me 6 and 4, which means this is 1, 3, 4, this is 1, this is 2. All looking very good. 3 and 2, that's 1, that's 2. That is not 2. It wasn't 2 for a while, and therefore that's not 9. So it's either 3, 8, or 4, 7. I'm sure we can figure that out in a second. That obviously gives me high in here. Remember what I said earlier about columns 7, 4, and 1. Because one of these is high, this cell is not high, and it's not low. It's not 1, 2, or 3. So that is middle. This is high. Some very unorthogonal ways that I'm taking here to actually determine the entropy. Column 1, 4, and 7, we said has no more high digits. Column 2, 5, and 8 has no more high digits. We already placed 3. That's high. Really struggling with selecting today for some reason. Now, if this is low, notice 1, 2, and 3 are not available. Specifically, the 1 is not available, so that's the 1. That means all of these are low. This is middle. And then I have middle low. 7, 8, 9, that's probably enough to actually force this. This has to be 1, 2. Can't be 1. This has to be 2. This has to be 7. More importantly, that gives me low digits in here, middle digits in there, gives me 3 middle digits, which eliminates the 4. That's 8, that's 3. This is high, this is low. And I think we probably colored the entire grid, I'm going to say at this point. Could be famous last words here, so bear with me. Yeah, we have 3 high digits, 3 low digits. This is yellow. And then this is high. And entropy determined. Right, a bit of Sudoku. These are 7 9s. Two in here, of course, gave me 9. No 9s. Is a 9. Not 7 or 9. 8, 9. Not 9 either. Gives me actually 7 in here. 8, 9, 8, 7, 7. I actually quite like these types of puzzles where you can because you've got these coloring, you can very quickly solve it. This is not 7. In fact, it's just 8. 7, which gives me 5 in here. It gives me 8 there. That gives me 9, 7, 9, 8, 8, 9, 8, 7, 9, and then you're done with red, and it's very easy to move around between them. 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. That means these two cells are 11. From 4, 5, and 6, it has to be 5, 6. That's 4. That's 6. That's 5. That's 6. That's 5. 4 and 5. That's 6. That's 4. That's 6. That's not 5 or 6. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. That's 5. That's 4. 5. 5. 6. 4. 4. 6. And yeah, just I think that's not quite the last digit. This is the last digit. Fabulous puzzle, absolutely fabulous puzzle, Sir Moose. And yeah, I think an excellent puzzle for a Monday. I was actually a little bit worried that with the killer cages, this would be a little bit trickier compared to the arrow sum one that we did a week ago. I'll make sure that I leave a link kind of somewhere in here so that you guys can explore that if you haven't actually already played it. Hope you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video, and I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye for now.